before you even come in for anything else, where you would be able to set those terms. And it looks a lot like our preliminary and final conditional use, but the problem with the conditional use process is basically that's an approval but for. I don't want that to be the case. I want you all to be able to look at the bubble plan and say, yeah, we like this, or no, we don't. The other thing I'll close on is a lot.
I don't want you to close without hitting next steps for us.
Okay, I will, but I'm going to close on a point of just research that we've done. We've looked at a lot of codes. Most codes we look at really reflect a corridor for a mixed use. Every code I've looked at doesn't have this broad brush like I think we did with PD and some of the others, where we made the mistake of allowing it to be rather broad brush. It's really confined to a specific area. It's like our CBD, right? We have a CBD land use. It's very well defined where that CBD land use is. We don't allow that to spread to other areas. It's the same concept here. And so that's really what we're getting at. And everywhere I've looked at codes, that seems to be the nature and the norm.
So what's going to come before the commission?
So I think you've given us some really good points. What I would like to do is, given where I've heard your concerns, I'd like to prepare a scope of work for you to go out and look for an urban designer. Now, we have some urban designers as part of our contracts.
Let me just stop you there. Just go back a second.
Okay,
Again, you've heard our concerns.
yes,
You've also heard what we're trying to look for.
yes.
So let's not let the concerns dictate what we're going to get.
Right, but I think when we're putting together a scope of work,
I appreciate that, but I think you also have to start where
Right.
what we're hopeful for.
Correct.
And then have the concerns.
and that's part of the scope.
Yeah.
I think here's our vision of what we want to get to. Here's things we want to pay particular attention to as we're looking at the work that's produced. I think that the next step should be for the city to bring in our own person, and we have several on contract.
So can you bring that forward to the commission,
Yes.
what that looks like, what the expense is, how that process moves forward, and
And
what
let you all
we're
read it at
looking
that
for
point.
this person to do, that scope
Correct.
that this, okay.
Yep, that's my recommendation to
Okay.
you, because I believe that we've given you about all that planning staff can give you, given what our skill
Sure.
sets are. And not that I don't have a
Good job.
super talented team, but we have other things to do. And I think this needs to be somebody's really primary focus. I think you've got property owners who have made this their primary focus, and I think we have some catching up to do with what has been planned on this corridor. So I think timing is really important. But I also think, putting aside the timing of what maybe the property owners want, we need to be thoughtful, and I think we need someone to really pay attention and listen well to what you said here, to what the vision is, and to bring back the options. I also,
Is that the next meeting?
I can
Can you
get it.
turn it in 2 weeks?
I think I can. I'll focus on it. I won't be here, but I will get it. I will make sure that Randy's fully briefed on it and knows it, and Jeff knows it as
Yeah,
well.
at least for discussion, we may
Correct.
not decide that
The,
let's get it started.
The last thing I would tell you is to represent yourself as a property owner. You've got two hats you've got to wear in this process. You've got the hat as the legislative body that you are, but you've also got the hat of a property owner. And that's a tough hat, always been a tough hat for you to wear, because that's not something you were elected to do, but it is what you are. So I think whether you appoint one of you to sit in a group, or you're all invited, but you have a point person, might be food for thought, so that you are always at the meetings that are held, that you could work one-on-one and then bring that back for commission
Which
discussion.
meetings?
There's going to be meetings with this designer.
Okay, the designer meeting.
Right, the designer meetings. You all are welcome, but I think if you had a point person to come in and then share that information with you, that would become that person's advocacy. And I would say you need an advocate for this project. You need somebody who believes in this, who's going to sit there and work well with all the pieces of the puzzle.
I have a question for Dory on that. Dory, just from I see two kinds of involvement here. I see property owner involvement and I see public involvement.
Yes.
And would you envision that we develop a scope for that, or do you envision that this person we hire develops a scope for how they want that?
I think any good urban designer is going to have a public process involved. I would include that in a scope that their work would include a public process, a community process. I think that's really, really important. And then I would ask, in their professional opinion, maybe what the best approach for that is and let them present that to you. Does that make sense? But I absolutely, you can't move forward with this without letting the community know step by step what's going on. And that was one of the reasons we did our PowerPoint as a non-action item, is I wanted, you know, we could have handed you a comp plan process, we could have handed you a rezoning process, and that was not where I felt we needed to go.
Okay. Any last questions? Thank you.
Thank you.